I mean, I'll just say to the guys that you're going through your kind of pre-match preparations and thinking of how it's going to go, what you're going to be writing. I don't think this was pretty much the plan. I don't think anyone expected this one tonight. I think then you see a team sheet as well. I think the feeling before the game was almost the case of is Martin O'Neill thinking about Sunday rather than this game. It was almost like kind of is he resting players or not? But it turns out it was a masterstroke. I mean, it ended up genuinely being one of the best European performances of the whole for years. I mean, there was a period. I think they did really well not to crumble. I mean, they had a really good start. I thought so they started really well. Had a big chance. I mean, look at McCow's chance, which it turned out it probably wasn't offside. I think the flag went up to spare his blushes. But a big chance to go 1-0 up. Not long after that, they're 1-0 down. And at that point, you think
it's the same story.
Same old movie. They'll lose goals in bunches, etc. But they held firm, got a foothold in the game, and played pretty well. And then they get the 2 goals to turn in its head. And then for about 25 minutes, second half, I thought it was absolutely superb and controlling the game. They actually took the legs away from Feyenoord and took the heart out of them. So Feyenoord for a while looked as though they'd given up the ghost. They had a wee spell when they came on strong. They had to.
A
10-minute spell, and then Celtic had to hang on. I thought, and by the way, I thought they did pretty well. I mean, it was a tough little spell, but they dug in, and then they came back again, and they get the 3rd goal, and it just kills the game off. And it was a really impressive performance, I think. Some tough moments, but it was a really victory. And listen, it gets them back in the hunt now for this Europa League. Having looked dead and buried, having looked dead and buried a couple of weeks ago, I think now they've got a real chance to get into the knockouts. I mean, 3 points might do it now.
Yeah.
But listen, what a job Martin O'Neill's done. I mean,
I was going to say that before you go on, right? You've been all over the place with Celtic over the last wee while, and it's the same formations and it's the same old failings. Martin O'Neill went old school tonight. He changed the formation, made a big change. It was like a 4-4-1-1. Hatate got a free roll to get about. And I thought it gave them extra bodies in midfield. It gave them a better balance. They looked tighter. I can't praise Martin O'Neill. And then you're thinking, do you really want to chuck it now, Martin?
That's the thing. I mean, he's won 5 out of 6. But more importantly, what he's done is come in at a time when Celtic were really unstable. The season was teetering on the brink. He's got into the League Cup final. He's now within striking distance of Hearts at the top of the Premiership. And now he's got them back in the fight to qualify for the knockout stages in Europe. I mean, what more could he possibly do, really? I know that the Michelin one was a sore one. Did a good side this season. I've done it to a few teams. But, I mean, what a job. I mean, 5 out of 6, really impressive. And given the fact that there's so many injuries to this team to key players, listen, we know that there's gaps in the squad all over the place, and there's a lack of quality in key areas. But he's just kept it simple and got them playing and getting results. I mean, tonight, I said the team sheet, I must admit, when I see Yang in the team sheet, I was surprised. Look, McCowan, well, I think McCowan as a cracking little player, but playing him in a kind of wide role, I thought, that's interesting. But you know what? It worked. I thought McCowan, I know he did that miss. I thought he worked hard and did quite well. And he helped keep his fullback kind of safe. I mean, Kobe Donovan, another one, did really well.
I thought he was brilliant, the young man. I thought he was great, Mick. Right
excellent. Back. He was. I mean, he's had a tough time at the Hearts a few weeks ago, having had a great game in Belgrade. That was, again, similar to the Belgrade display. Really, really good. I mean, the run at the end. He could barely walk, by the way, when he set up that 3rd goal.
Yeah.
He was taking a throw in, he looked as though he was knackered. And yet managed to get that last burst of energy to get the 3rd goal with a killer 3rd. But Yang, a guy who I must admit, after the game in Almaty, I thought he'll never be seen again. It's just one of the all-time great stinkers in that game. And he's been about, I mean, I thought he was going to leave, obviously, that period. And I don't think he's anyone's first choice anywhere. But he's come in tonight, and you know what? It's probably his best game for Celtic.
That's probably Celtic's best European performance away from home in a long. I mean, it's the first win in 4 years, first win in Holland, first away win in 4 years, first away win in Holland since Martin O'Neill's side in 2001. I think it was August the 8th, 2001, when they beat Ajax. I was there that night for that. I mean,
also 3-1.
It feels like a different life ago.
It does. I mean, I think I was at the game, Ferencvaros away 4 years ago under Ryan's. I've been to a lot of away games since then, and I've been cutting and pasting match sports ever since. But this was a different script. I think before that was Lazio under Neil Lennon, 2019. So they're very, they're very real. Listen, Celtic fans get this ironic, slightly cringy song they sing about this is the day we're going to win away. And this finally was the day they won away.
They were singing it from early doors tonight, weren't they? Mick,
it was.
By the way, that first goal was sensational. Everything about it, and Luke McCowan was just playing himself into the game, I felt, at that point. What a pass it was in behind. He spotted Hatate making a great run. I thought it was a beautiful ball, and then Hatate's just looked across over to the back post. And fair play, as you said, Yang, that could have gone anywhere on Yang's sort of form. You don't know where it's going. Couldn't have hit it any better. It was a sensational goal all round. It
was a great move, wasn't it? Just completely ripped Feyenoord to bits. I think Hatate in there is key. I mean, it's a great little ball from McCowan, but Hatate, that's what Celtic need. Hatate driving it in the box, getting that extra body in there, making things happen. To be honest with you, this season, it's not me saying enough this season. I think he's not been at his best. He's looked like a guy who is a season too long at the club. That's what it looked like, I think, at times this year. Whereas tonight, he was back to his...
I think he enjoyed the role that Martin O'Neill gave him tonight, man. He's deployed in an area of the pitch where he can make a difference.
It's weird, right? I mean, Reo Hatate's not a guy that most people can get close to. That's not a kind of character. But he seems to have a good relationship with Martin O'Neill. I don't know, it's one of these kind of weird kind of relationships. I don't think the communication is great between the two of them, but they seem to go on really well. And he's got a tune at him tonight. I mean, Hatate plays for Celtic. The team is better. Simple as that. And that's the task for the new manager, is getting him up to kind of a 7, 8, 9 out of 10 every week. Not the kind of occasional 9s and then 4s and 5s for 3 or 4 weeks. He's got to do it on a weekly basis, because he's got all the talent in the world, the guy.
I have to say as well, Maeda looks changed. He looks like back to his... I mean, he covered every blade of grass tonight, but it's his shutting down that gets the second goal that really turns the whole night on its head. And then, by the way, I don't know if you've been able to see it again, if you've got screens there, but his layoff, his setup for Nygren's third goal is absolutely out of this world. Out of this world.
Yeah.
To get in across the keeper and to know what he's going to do and just lay it back into Nygren's feet. I thought it was superb play.
Yeah, I mean, he can be quite unpredictable at times, which makes him hard to defend against as well, because sometimes, let's be honest, I don't think he knows what he's going to do sometimes, but he has got these flashes of quality he can produce. And by the way, he's a menace for defenders. I mean, a menace.
Constant.
I mean, you see, the second goal, he spooked the life out of the goalkeeper, but he just was that all night, just working hard all night. I agree, I think he has picked up in recent weeks. I think he was always going to dip at some point. No, I know they've been kind of caught up in all the kind of the drama around Celtic, but I think given his exploits last year, how much he kind of carried that team towards the kind of end of the season, and then the kind of disappointment of not getting his big move, the big money move, I think he has shrugged it off now. He seems to be back to his old self. What happens to him beyond the January, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, he's going to have key player for Celtic until they get to January.
Last question for you, Mick. I mean, sometimes seasons hinge on specific 90 minutes and specific moments in the campaign. Did this feel like a moment tonight that could really kickstart Celtic now?
Do you know what? I'm reluctant to say that because Celtic scored a lot of late goals in Scotland. They've got them out of jail, and every time they score late goals, well, let's give it a turning point. And then a few weeks later, they start struggling again. I think it's down to its personnel. The squad is lacking in key areas, and it really needs help. The signings in the summer are not been good enough, and they're just kind of muddling through to January. So the new man's got to come in, try and get this momentum up that O'Neill's built, and then get some reinforcements in January. So I think in the meantime, Celtic it's by hook or by crook right now for Celtic. But so many injuries, so many guys missing. It's just getting through on a weekly basis. And he's done that brilliantly. And that's the task for the new manager to do as well now, is to try and pick it up, keep that momentum going, win the trophy and survive to January, and then hope that the cavalry's coming over the hill.
Brilliant, Mick. Listen, safe home, you and Swanee, and thanks very much for joining us on Hotline Live.